Hey guys, welcome back. How are you? I hope you are good and doing well. In this lecture, we will discuss a very basic yet important Ruby thing which can be asked to you during an interview. And this is what is the method lookup in Ruby? Okay, this is a very important and very basic question about what is the method lookup? So in Ruby, method lookup is the process the interpreter uses to determine which method to invoke when a method is called on an object and from where it should be called. Okay, so it is just the hierarchy of the method invocation. Whenever you call any method on an object in the Ruby, it is first checked within the object class itself. If it is found in the class of the object, then the method will be executed. If method is not present within the object's class, then the interpreter will check if there is any module included in the class and the method present within that module. If the method is found within the module and if there is any module included, then the method gets executed. If the method is not in the class, not in the module, then presence of the method is checked within the superclass of the object. Okay, and this is the hierarchy, like how it should go. So first, the class itself, on which object you are calling the method. Then if it is found not found in the class, then module. And if it is not found in the module as well, then it will check for the superclass of the object class. Okay, I mean, Ruby will check object class is inherited by another class or not. If yes, then it will look for the presence of the method in the superclass. If found, the method will be executed. Otherwise, Ruby parser will move to the next hierarchy to find the method, okay, which is the object class. In Ruby, almost all the classes are inherited from the object class. So now the place to find the method is object class. Okay, if it is found there, method will be executed. Otherwise, it will look for the next hierarchy, which is kernel class and the basic object class. Okay, so this is called the method lookup in the Ruby. Now let's take a look at this using a basic example. Okay, so open any text editor. Okay, and here let's define a class. For example, let's say first select the Ruby, sorry, tab width and then Ruby first. Okay, okay, and now what you need to do here, that let's create a class and name it as vehicle. Class vehicle. Okay, and now define a module and name it as vehicle service, for example, module and vehicle service. And in this module, let's define a method and name this method as, for example, let's say service duration. Service duration, and you can like p after every 2 months. Okay, now let's define a class and inherit this class from the vehicle class. So let's say module, sorry, class car and inherit it from the vehicle. Okay, and then what you need to do here, let's define some instance variables. So let's say def initialize, and then say speed, and then let's say color is nil as well. And here what you can do, at the rate speed equal to speed, and at the rate color equal to color. Okay, and then define some instance variables. For example, so here you can provide at the rate speed. This is basically a getter method. And then color, here what you can do, at the rate color. Okay, and now what you need to do, you need to instantiate this class. Okay, so let's say instantiate it like car equal to car dot new. Okay, and then just go here, save this file at some place. Okay, let's place it at some method lookup.rb. Okay, and now let's try to execute this class. Or first let's say copy everything and go to the what say the rails console or irb. Okay, so let's print irb here. Okay, you can put everything here. Okay, so here you can see what we have: vehicle class, a vehicle service, and vehicle service module, and a car class which is inherited from the vehicle. Okay, so now what you need to do to find what is the hierarchy where Ruby parser can find the methods which we will invoke on the car object. Okay, so let's say car dot ancestors. Okay, so here you can see car vehicle object. Okay, so it means that whenever you call any method on the object of the car, it will first check this class itself. Okay, whether this class has whether this car class has that method or not. Okay, if the method is found within the car class, it will be executed. Otherwise, your parser will go to the vehicle class. Why? Because it is the super class for the car class. Okay, then the method presence will be checked within the vehicle class. Okay, and if it is found in the vehicle class, it will be executed. Otherwise, it goes to the object class. Okay, and then mixing. This is because if we want to include some modules in the class, that's why we have this mixing. Okay, and then kernel class and the basic object class. Okay, now let's modify our car class. So here what we can do, let's include the vehicle service. Include vehicle service. Okay, and now let's uh, put this class within the IRB again. Okay, now if you do car dot ancestors, now you will see that the hierarchy is changed, and now you need to check that car vehicle service vehicle object. Okay, so first, if you call any method, it will check that whether the method present within the car class or not, or the class itself or not. Okay, if it is found in the car class, it will get executed. If it is not found, then it will go to the vehicle service. Why? Because you included the vehicle service within the class. Okay, so the hierarchy works like the class itself, then the module included within that class, and then the super class. So here you can see the class, the module, and then the super class, and then the object class. Okay, so this is how it works. Now let's change our car class again. For example, let's say car equal to car dot new. Okay, and then let's say car dot service duration. If you do that, you can see after every 2 months. Okay, that means that whenever you did this, the Ruby parcel first go to the car class. Okay, it finds for that method whether it is present within the car class or not. If it is not present, then it goes to the vehicle service module, and within the vehicle service module, it has found this method, and it is executed then. Okay, so now no need to check within the vehicle class and so on. Okay, now let's try to make something here. For example, let's say write the same method within the car class. Okay, and here what you can do, let's say after every 6 months or 10,000 kms kilometers. Okay, now let's save this and copy this car class again and put this into the terminal. Okay, now let's try to instantiate the car again. Let's say car dot new, and now let's call car dot service duration. Okay, so what will be the output here? Okay, so the output will be after every 6 months or 10,000 kilometers. So here you can see. So what is happening here? Okay, so you have the same method within with this name in the module itself, which is here in vehicle service. You can see we have after every 2 months. Okay, and in the car class, what we have, let's say we service duration after every 6 months or 10,000 kilometers. Okay, but instead of calling the method within the module, it is executing the method within the car itself. Okay, so the hierarchy is clear that whenever a method is invoked, okay, so from where to execute it or which method should be executed, the parser will first go to the car class. Okay, or the class itself. When it is found within the class, then it will execute that method. Otherwise, it will go to the module class, oh sorry, the module which is included within the class. Okay, and if it is found within the module, then it will go in the uh, so execute that method, otherwise it will go in the super class of that method. Okay, and so on, so it will keep moving like that. Okay, so this is how method lookup works. Okay, so let me revise it again, that how it will work. So you can see here is the class, is the module, and here we have the super class, sorry, a class which is inheriting the vehicle class. Okay, so here vehicle class becomes the super class, and this is the module, and we included this module within this car class. Okay, now you can see that whenever you call this method, it will first check the car class. If it is found here, it will execute it, otherwise it will go to the vehicle service. Now let's try to put some method here. Let's say def vehicle type, and let's say to be implemented by child class. Okay, and now let's call this method car dot new, and then car dot vehicle type. Okay, save this. Okay, and now let's say what we will see as the output. So let's execute this and cd ruby method lookup.rb. So output will be like to be implemented by the child class. So what is being happening here, that the method again look for the car class first, and then within this vehicle service module, and if at both places we did not find the vehicle type method, so it is now uh, served within the vehicle class. Okay, now let's say if we do not have this vehicle type method here, so what will happen? Let's say save this and execute the program again. We will see a undefined error, oh sorry, undefined method error. Why? Because this class now doesn't exist within the class itself, and the module included in it, and in the super class. Okay, and object class obviously do not have this method, because this is the custom method that we want to implement. Okay, so this is not this is returning the error and not executing from anywhere. Okay, now let's try to use another thing, which is the open class principle. So let's say class object, and here let's say we need to define this method again. Okay, so just copy this, paste it here, and uncomment it. Okay, now this car dot vehicle type will get executed, and it will print the to be implemented by child class. Okay, so let's go to the program again, run it, and now you will see that to be implemented by the child class. Okay, so what is happening here? Again, first it looks for the car class, method does not found here, then it goes to the module, method doesn't found here, then it goes to the parent super class, which is vehicle here. So the method again did not is not present in the vehicle class or the super class, so it next it goes to the object class. Okay, and in object class it found this method and it returns. Okay, so here you can also see that the object class is the superset of all the classes, or almost all the classes inherited from this class. Okay, so here you can clearly see that the car is the derived class of vehicle. Okay, but car is also derived class of object as well. Okay, because in ruby all the classes are inherited from the object class, and object is a super class for all the classes in ruby. Okay, so it is found here, and even if it doesn't implement it within the object class, you can do this within the kernel and then basic object, and similarly you can see the output based upon your implementation. Okay, so I hope you got the idea, like how what is the method lookup and how it works. So whenever you execute a method on an object, the ruby decide that from where it should come and which method will get invoked. Okay, so I hope you like this. So thanks for watching this, and we will meet into the next lecture with open class topic. And till then, tata, goodbye, take care, and stay safe.